Hello everyone, welcome back to the playthrough. Today we're playing Jade Empire, and this is episode 4. So we just left the Twin Rivers after it was set ablaze, and they kidnapped Master Li, otherwise known as General Li. And so we got our party, we got Wu the Lotus, that's me, and we got Dawnstar, and that's my best friend. And then we met Zoo. Turn towards Zoo. I can't speak to Zoo. Then we met Zoo while out there in the wild. Sagacious Zoo, that's right. And it turns out that he is ex-White Lotus, which is a band of assassins employed by the evil empire here that we're trying to take down. So, but yeah. So we're almost up to level 5. We just crashed our flying ship here, so let's continue.
We're alone. Something does not rest easy.
Well, everything is on fire, and I doubt we did this. Well, yeah, sorry about how long it's been since episode 3. It's had a lot of stuff going on, and didn't really have a lot of time to do any recordings. So I tried to do Elden Ring, and I just don't think that it's going to be fun for the channel for that. So I stopped doing that, and then I got Pokemon Shining Pearl, and that one's going. Just put up that episode today as of recording this.
Legendary strike.
Oh no! Let's see if I remember how to play. I'm gonna die. Get me out of here! Play, y'all. Got ghosts, guys. So let's go fight these
I don't
ghosts.
think we're alone.
Legendary strike. Focus.
Well, still need to find out what that is. Fainting.
You fell from the sky, but despite he carried a piece of your amulet. It was separated, broken apart, so your enemies could not find it easily. You have the first piece. It trains your abilities now. The second piece fell here with its minder, hidden until waters receded. A guardian protects it, waiting to test and serve you. The third piece awaits discovery in a distant lair. These 3 pieces are physical, but there is one more. It cannot be found, only earned. This final piece is all that will save you in the end.
Easy there. You fell flat on your face after the fight. Are you prone to that sort of thing?
Yes.
Very well. Where you choose to take a nap is your business. I know a clearing just outside of Tien's Landing where we can set up camp. The flyer will be safe enough if we leave it here. It's not going to get any worse, that's for certain.
You wanna...
Just cross the bridge and head south. Let's get going.
Do you wanna like piss on it to put it out? Cause holy shit. I am limping around. I am hurting. What is it? Whoops. Control. Show me. Chi heal. Oh, that's right. I like the subtlety. Just running headlong. She's gotta run headlong. Oh my god, it hurts.
Legendary strike.
Damn it, Zoo. Zoo. You work on your abilities to stay alive. Can you level them up? I don't know.
I am honored that you have chosen me.
I'd rather have you. Zoo is Zoo, but I trust you. I trust you, Dawnstar. I went and I did a foolish thing. I touched that. And ghosts came out. Yes, that's what I've been looking for. What is this? Get out of that corner. You can help at any time, Dawnstar. Anytime you want to help down. Just get kicked down the stairs or something? Why do I have to do all the work? All the work. Please tell me I find somebody. Yeah. So again, this is like my only game I'm playing on PC right now. Let me know if you want me to do Dragon Age. Uh-oh. Saw your shadow, I didn't see the bridge's shadow. Are you a companion?
Stop where you are.
Death's Hand should know better than to send his minions out alone. It is clear that you are one of his hirelings, or perhaps one of Gao the Greater's marauding
that you're an
pirates.
idiot.
You will pay for the crimes you have committed. Don't waste your last breath on lies. I didn't get there in time to help anyone, but I saw you lead the massacre in Two Rivers. Clearly you were involved. Death's Hand went too far in ordering its destruction, and Gao the Greater sought to profit from it. My retribution will end with them, but it will begin with you.
You're funny. Get back, get out of there.
I saw. You can't. Long sword. I saw.
Help me. Help me. Help me. God damn it.
Legendary strike.
Kick her in the face.
Enough.
The way you move seems odd. A flaw I cannot see, perhaps? But you are better than I expected. You might even beat me if I allowed such insolence. You are too skilled to be just a hireling. Death's Hand would view such ability outside his assassins as dangerous, and Gao the Greater prefers his servants docile. Death's Hand may be our common foe, but the enemy of my enemy is not necessarily my friend. You chase a great evil, larger than you realize. Leave and you may survive. Others have tried to face Death's Hand, but were destroyed, as Two Rivers was. Your honor sends you toward peril, but you do not flinch from it. A trait of fools, and perhaps the occasional hero. I also seek answers from Death's Hand and his minions. If you truly oppose him, you will need to find your way to the Imperial City. Of course, only the Lotus Assassins can come and go as they please, thanks to Gao. Travel routes by land and water are blocked, but they use wind maps and flyers to further their goals here and in the surrounding forest. Perhaps, if you are capable, we will meet again. I wish you good luck, but you will need far more than that to survive. Farewell.
Join me. These fights are kicking my ass. Remember when we gave all that money and was like, here, have it. Well, they're dead now, so. A little upset that I decided to go with that. And you gotta think on the bright side. They would have weighed me down. Wouldn't have been able to do all those hops. Hops. Yeah. That's the same one. Let's go backwards if you're going to do it. So apparently you can only go forward. I don't know what that even means. Hey, can I hurt you? No? Well, that's good.
This area is off limits. Intruders will be executed.
Executed, huh?
I am a soldier of the Imperial Army, sent by Death's hand to destroy anyone foolish enough to enter this place. Unfortunately, this includes you. Kill the peasant.
Oh.
Legendary strike.
Oh, fuck's sake. Why always on the ground over here? Are you fucking serious, Dawnstar?
Wait, stop! I'm not your enemy. I swear by my ancestors, I'm not your enemy. I'm not even a soldier.
Dressed like one.
Even though I wear this uniform, I'm no soldier. My name is Chen Yi. I'm just a simple peasant from the town of One Stone. These soldiers passed through my village a few weeks ago. One of them angered the Lotus assassin who was in charge, and the assassin killed him. As I was coming back in from the fields, they grabbed me to fill his place. They put this uniform on me, bloodstains and all, and told me I was in the army. I will do my best, but I don't know anything. The Lotus assassins just told us to guard the gate while they searched the ruins. That's all, I swear. No, nothing. Only that the gate leading into them was locked. The Lotus assassins had to get a key from Shang, the Imperial Minister in Tien's Landing. But I think the ruins are haunted. I hear strange sounds coming from beyond the gates. But even the threat of ghosts can't keep the assassins from their search. I don't know, I was here on the far side of the gate, and the gate itself is locked. Only the Lotus assassins themselves are allowed into the ruins. They are evil, pure evil. They forced me to serve them. They would have killed me if I disobeyed. I had no choice but to guard this door while they searched the ruins. Of course, Great One. I will return to my village and lead an upright life of farming and praying. Thank you for sparing me. Thank you.
You showed great compassion to that poor man. I am glad to see you can be merciful as well as strong.
You know that about me, Dawnstar. Now, could you be competent enough to not be killed? Forward down. A little bit more light. I didn't have to show him anything, but I did.
There is something dangerous beyond these gates. The spirits here are troubled.
Fucking bullshit, man. Yeah. I'm upset I can't use the gong. Bong. There we are. The town.
Ah, you found your way. Good. I decided there wasn't much point in staying with the flyer. It's not going to get much worse in my opinion. Here, I salvaged this gem out of some sort of power source. I imagine you will have some use for it. Now that we're here, we should see if anyone knows anything about flyers. Maybe whoever's in charge of the town can help us get underway again. I will stay here at this new camp unless you need me. It seems like a good enough place to base ourselves out of.
Home base. Good fortune. I'm gonna say, is this our stash thing? So that one looks like a unicorn. Beautiful place. Minus this place, which is awfully destroyed.
I can't believe Two Rivers is gone. It was home. The people there were the only family I've known. And now, they're all gone.
I understand, Dawnstar, but the path you are on may lead to even darker places. You must prepare yourself.
I don't want to think like that. We will set things right. We have to.
Returning your friends was never an option, but there are a great many more things that you can lose.
Don't look down at me because it said that.
Yes? Is there something you...
Oh, sorry.
I can assure you that I no longer share an allegiance with them. It was a short dalliance that ended on poor terms. I won't discuss that. Perhaps I will say more when I know your motives better, but for now my past is my own. I wouldn't have much respect for you if you did, but it is all that I'm going to offer right now. I'm not concealing anything that will harm you or your cause. You and Dawnstar have my full support, but my past is my own affair. I won't get in your way if you don't get in mine. I have nothing more to say about where we are.
Our enemy? The sure sign of an effective fighter is that he has many enemies. Which are you most curious about?
Don't be cocky, don't give me that face.
This small man. He bears a grudge against the world because his wealth cannot buy him the status he wants. At least that is my estimation of him. If we encounter him in his holdings near Tien's Landing, I doubt he will be very welcoming. Not after he learns the fate of his son.
There is little to tell that would affect you now. The assassins are fanatically loyal to Death's Hand, and he uses that influence to do as he wishes. He also controls the Imperial Army, but they are no longer in his favor, it seems. Mere guards in comparison to the assassins. Death's Hand was just beginning his rise to power when I left the Lotus Assassins. I do not know much more about him.
Goodbye then.
Why are your arms brown?
Is there anything you need? I'll do whatever I can to help. No, I didn't have anything pressing on my mind. Although your company is always welcome. We seem so far from anything familiar. Strange enemies, troubling plots. I will be glad when we can leave this place to find Master Li. I will answer what I can. I do not like the area around this place, around Tien's Landing. There is rot here, deep in the heart of it. There are secrets, and there has been much suffering. Maybe I just feel this way because of what happened at the school, or what I fear will happen to Master Li. I just know we must be careful. I will, but I cannot help worrying or thinking about what has happened to Master Li. Yes, of course. I am glad you are strong in the face of all the death and destruction we've seen. Be well, my friend.
Nara earphonia wonu kanawa ofa ear kanawa wonu.
Stranger, forgive me for being so forward, but if you are wise, you will turn around and leave this cursed and miserable town.
Mother and I are getting out of this town. If you have any sense, you'll do the same.
Ukwakwak wo sosonia sonophonia sisa ear nawukor.
Hush, daughter! You must treat strangers with respect. Once we are outside of the town, we must be very careful with everyone we meet.
Uksair wak unnikiro. Nana wo nafak suno.
I'm Yifeng, a simple villager. I have lived all my life here in Tien's Landing, but now I must take my daughter and venture out to the wilderness.
It's sure to be more exciting than this dead place.
Koni okioia kawaia wo kawaia watita osia kwanif nipawi.
Though impulsive, my daughter Fiao speaks truly. The great dam downriver has opened. The river is too low and treacherous for anyone to navigate. We are cut off from the Empire.
Piayer uksayer sinini sisayer rusta atapafawer sumpuno kusuir toeruk.
The people are starving and pirates terrorize the town. Our leader, Minister Sheng, seems powerless to do anything, so we choose to try our luck in the wilderness.
Ukir neko sise sayer wosayer nifuyer.
A noble sentiment, but one I respectfully fear will do little to help us.
Sisayer ifogoso no koso ayer.
You don't know the whole story. Minister Sheng would probably pay someone to close the dam, but nobody is brave enough to make the journey. There are dark things up there. Some claim it is ghosts trying to torment us. Some think it is pirates. I don't know. All I know is that there seems to be no way to get the great dam closed again. I've heard of the dangers, wild animals, and worse men. Pirates and slavers who swoop down in their flyers on unwary travelers.
Those pirates must be Gao the Greater's men. We know that he has holdings near here, and he has flyers.
I've never heard of Gao the Greater, but pirates have terrorized this region for many weeks. Anyone wandering the wilderness knows they risk being caught by those slavers. Some believe there are even more things in the wilderness, ghosts that torment the living. Still, it's better than sitting in Tien's Landing, waiting to die.
I
don't know. Minister Sheng doesn't know. Nobody knows. The town is dying, and I would rather try my luck out in the wilderness than stay here.
The
dam is down river from us. When it was closed, the water backed up and drained very slowly, causing the level of the river to rise. Now that it is open, the water is flowing too fast and low. Where it flows, all at all. Most ships cannot weather it. The town is cut off. That is why we are leaving. I haven't seen any myself, but they are there. I have friends who have seen them, and others have disappeared. It is more than mere rumors. That's why I've chosen to take Fyoyo to the wilderness. At least that's where we'll have a fighting chance. Life in a small town on the edge of the Empire can be hard, and many people die untimely deaths. What more needs to be said on the subject? The survivors must carry on as best they can. Now, Fyoyo and I should be on our way. If we must brave the wilderness, I would rather do it with the sun still in the sky. Seems like let me go. Very well, I'm traveler. If you must enter Tien's landing, speak with Minister Sheng in the town square, but a better plan would be to get away while you can. Get out of here! Except you. You stay. Too young. More!
Out of our way, woman. In this town, we don't step aside for you. You step aside for us.
The peasants of this village may cower before you, but I do not. If you are smart, you will apologize for your behavior and walk away.
Don't tell me what to do. You think I won't hit a woman? You have to learn your place. This whole town has to learn its place. What are you looking at? This doesn't concern you. Time to teach you all a lesson.
Legendary strike! I saw
Please fight them for me. Every time I turn
I heard
around.
the sounds of battle. I got here as fast as I could, though obviously I arrived too
Late?
Hui, what are you doing here?
It's been a long time, Zhu. I haven't seen you since that night. I did as you asked. The child is safe. I made sure of that.
I know. After we spoke, I followed you. I wanted to be sure she was given a good home. You did well, Hui. Hui and I knew each other long ago. She was a soldier and I needed her help. There was a child, an orphan. I knew Hui could find a good home for her. She was just a girl. Her parents were dead. I couldn't look after her, and I knew Hui by reputation, and knew she would find a good home for her. She's safe. That's all you need to know. She doesn't concern you. Besides, we don't have time to worry about something that happened almost 20 years ago.
Yes, those are old worries. Thank you for your actions today. Even if these men were no real threat, just simple sailors frustrated at the shallow river that holds them here. There are pirates in the area, and they pose a far greater danger. You will likely encounter them, especially if you are the one I am waiting for. As Sagacious Zhu mentioned, my name is Hui. Tell me, young woman, what is your master's name? I have waited here many years for the arrival of one special fighter. Your master, Sun Li, bid me to wait until you, his protege, came seeking information.
So it's true. Master Li really is the Emperor's brother. I wish I had known.
He is gone, isn't he? Taken by the Lotus assassins just as he thought. He knew they were always searching. They are right to fear him and his legacy. The glorious strategist was certain the path to the Imperial City would bring you here. He was also very specific about how I present my information to you. You must be ready. I served under Sun Li and was one of a few soldiers he trusted enough to contact after Dirge fell. Li knew the events there would have great consequences. He told me of the weeks-long siege and how spirit monks were slaughtered so his brother could take their temple. It was madness. The Emperor killed the water dragon itself.
The water dragon? The shepherd of the dead, a goddess of rebirth. To try and steal her power, to even think it could be attempted. Has any mortal ever shown such arrogance?
There are many beings that exist beyond our experience. The heavens are governed by a celestial bureaucracy. Each facet of existence is managed by a specialized attendant. Most appear to have little influence, but some, like the water dragon, have a portfolio that grants exceptional status. She was said to have governance over the Great Wheel. She was not a maker, but all life that ended passed her gaze before returning to the earth in another form. Sun Hai sought rebirth for his empire at the cost of the natural order. Her body was taken to the palace as a grim trophy of the power that ended the long drought. All the while, the people hailed the Emperor as a hero, ignorant of the price.
Yeah?
Even a god is not invincible. They have their place and it can be challenged. Sun Li could not stop the slaughter of the spirit monks. He fled the battle with you in his arms. Most believe Sun Li fell at Dirge, a lie spread by the Emperor. A handful of us knew that he lived, and we also learned the terrible price of his rebellion. Li's wife was with child, his daughter born in the Imperial Palace while he was at Dirge. He never saw her. Within weeks of the siege, the Emperor had Li's family executed.
Executed? Murdered? The Lotus assassins would have cut them down. A mother and newborn child. I have no doubt that order came from Death's Hand himself.
He probably didn't think his family would be harmed, but even had he known, he might still have saved you. Li knows you have a destiny to fulfill. You're the last of your kind. The natural order has been disrupted. There is much to say, but first I was instructed to impart some very specific knowledge. Your master was very clear.
You can trust we, so I don't think there's any reason for me to stick around. I'll be back at the camp if you need me.
Zhu is an honorable man. Not a good man, perhaps, but an honorable one. Now to your training. A brief description will reinforce in your mind the style you saw me use.
I didn't see you use anything.
Certain lessons had to be withheld until you were ready for the attention they will bring. Sun Li taught me so that I would teach you. I must train you in Spirit Thief. Magic and weapons tire you. Draw on them too much and you could be left defenseless. Spirit Thief restores your chi, prolonging your ability to fight or ignore wounds. It is especially useful when enemies are immune to basic martial attacks, when you must use magic or weapons. It can even immobilize a foe, allowing time to recover even more. This short lesson should be enough for now. Come speak with me in the tea house. We will talk of your master and more.
I got Spirit Thief. You know, Styles, what do you want?
Is there anything you need? I'll do whatever I can to help. Be well, my friend.
Looks like you had something to say. This guy does.
Please excuse me. I know I shouldn't be crying in public like this, but I just can't help it. Please, I'm just a humble woman. My name is Seamstress Lawn, and I have a problem I don't know how to solve. I thought you could help, but I was afraid to speak to you. It's my fiancé, Baker Bay. Every day a group of thugs attacks him and beats him up. He tries to avoid them, but they find him wherever he goes. The beatings are getting worse. I'm terrified they're going to kill him. After I saw you take on those sailors, I thought, well... But there isn't! My poor Bay has done nothing to these men. They attack him for no reason at all. Please, you have to help him. I beg you. I knew you'd understand being a woman. Thank you, my lady. If our firstborn is a girl, she shall have your name. Bay is down at Beggar's Pier right now, in the southeast corner of town. If you hurry, you can probably get there before the thugs attack him today.
A few more beatings because I don't know where that is, and I'm still exploring, lady. Fuck's sake. Even in town? I was gonna say 2. No jumping.
You really shouldn't be here. Mr. Tate is not like others to observe him working.
Oh, yeah.
Who let you back here? Bad enough I must work with incompetence. I don't need you walking through my kitchen. Unless, pretty lady, you've come to take me from this existence of pain with your considerable charms.
Yeah, me too, okay, Mr. Tate?
Step back, Mr. Wong. You just step back. A polite response from one of you strangers? Go on, don't waste your respect on me. I'm no high minister. I just cook. Me? There's nothing to know about me. I cook for ungrateful people who do not understand what good food is.
Your palate is very sophisticated, Mr. Tate. Some say your dishes are, acquired tastes.
No, I am quite certain that the problem is with the customers. If you wish to keep your position, Mr. Wong, you will smile and nod. Mr. Wong is here to cut the vegetables and heft the rice bags. His job does not include criticizing the menu. I am the head chef. He is nothing.
But I am learning. I will train hard to become the best chef I can.
There's a small chance he could become slightly more than nothing, but I've seen no sign of it as yet. Some people are heroes, some merely clap as heroes walk by. Then go walk around it. I do not waste my time collecting rumors. Everybody eats. That is all I need to know. Me? There's nothing to know about me. I cook for ungrateful people who do not understand what good food is.
Your palate is very...
No, no. The spirit world? You were talking about stories for children. I believe what I see. If I see it, it is real. Very simple. If you want some deeper discussion than that, go to a temple. Me, I will stay here and cook for the living. I hear stories just like everyone else, but they are always told by some scared farmer who wouldn't know the wind from a howl. I believe what I see. That's enough. Good. I need to concentrate on the menu. You want to eat, you'll leave me alone.
Do you like to eat? He's very calm and collected for being a cook. Every cook I've ever known, including myself, is just like, God damn it! Fuck! You know, just on edge the entire time. I mean, you gotta be, honestly, to survive that type of onslaught of people coming in there going, I want food. And you're like, okay. And you're like, make it, peasant. Come on. I'm like, do you see the other fucking 50
Things
people?
have never been easy in Tien's Landing.
The Emperor won't allow those slaving pirates to keep attacking the villages. You'll see.
I think he's behind it, actually. So, don't hold your breath. Don't stop. Follow. I don't think there's anything out here to collect. It's just open space. Boy.
Onu yuwir napayir wo onu yusayir ikuba.
You don't have anything to say. Villager, talk to me.
Welcome, stranger! Welcome to beautiful Tien's Landing. Isn't it a glorious day? Oh, I know, people complain and grumble, but honestly, I think they're overreacting. Things can't be that bad, right? After all, you're here. If the town was truly doomed, would we still be getting visitors? Ha, I think not. In fact, I think your presence here is a sure sign that things are looking up. Soon, all our problems will be solved. It's just like I kept saying. People call me Li Shun the Talkative, though I have no idea why. I'm actually a basket maker. In fact, I dare say I am the best basket maker in all of Tien's Landing. Of course, with the dam open, ships can't navigate the river. So, I have no supplies to make my baskets and no customers to buy them. But am I worried? Of course not. My children only need one meal a day. After all, they're small. And my wife can take a third job if necessary. I know things will turn around soon. Things will get better, they always do. It's like my father used to say, the greater the problem, the greater the solution. I'm sure it'll all work out. Denial? Preposterous! Sure, half the people have moved away, and those who stayed have mostly given up hope, and the entire town is running out of food and silver. But does my optimism mean I'm in denial? Of course not! I mean, none of the buildings are on fire, right? See? Something good. Just like that, right off the top of my head. I admit that some see our Imperial Minister Shang as, well, not entirely competent or capable of dealing with our problems. But somehow things will work out. They always do. Of course, I will gladly converse on any number of topics. It's a fine way to pass the time on such a beautiful day. The Great Dam's been opened and the river level has dropped. Ships can't navigate the river and nobody can fish. But I think people are overreacting. Basically, we're suffering some minor inconveniences, which I'm sure will soon be resolved. Still, there are a few alarmists who scream and cry that our town is dying. Can you imagine? They have no faith in the Emperor, nor in Minister Shang, who is in charge of Tien's Landing. I am sure the cunning Shang has a plan to save us. He's in the town square, the highest point in Tien's Landing. Just follow any path leading up until you can't go any higher, and you're there. Minister Shang may not have the best reputation, but I'm sure that's just gossip. I'll bet he's actually a smart, active man who can reassure you of our town's future. Enjoy your stay in wonderful Tien's Landing, where things are never as bad as they seem.
Hello, and welcome to Chuman's Woodcrafts. I'm afraid I don't have any woodwork items ready right now. My inventory's a bit understocked. I'm Chuman the Craftsman. Nobody important, just a simple merchant of fine woodwork items. A merchant who may not be in business much longer, I'm afraid. There are several customers who owe me money, but with the dam open, times are hard. I can't expect them to pay me when they can't even feed their families. And if they don't pay me, I can't afford the raw materials to make my woodwork. It's a difficult situation, but I'm trying to make the best of it. No, that won't be necessary. I don't want to cause any trouble for my customers. I'm sure they'll pay me eventually. At least, I hope so. You might be right. I'm a fine craftsman, but I'm not much for business. I extend credit too easily, and then I can't bring myself to collect. It's just not in my nature.
Come here. Orphans. Orphans. Bless you. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Farewell.
Nobody ever wants any help. So it's just gonna explode on me. Gem of evil thought. You go everywhere. You look at everything. That's what you do. Alright, these guys probably want to fight. Well, guess not. That's cool. And we're here.
This tea house must be popular. It seems like quite a prominent structure.
Things have never been easy in Tien's Landing.
Cool.
You're a stranger here, aren't you? I know everyone in Tien's Landing, and I've never seen you before. I would remember you. You should turn right around and leave this town. Trust me. Everything in Tien's Landing is falling apart. Sheng, the local minister, is helpless to deal with all our troubles. You should get out while you can. You don't know? The Great Dam has been opened, and now the river's level has dropped. It's too low and fast to navigate. Without the river, we are nothing. The merchants can't buy goods from the Imperial City. The traders can't sell to the outside world. The men cannot fish, and our children go hungry. And if that wasn't bad enough, we have the pirates to worry about too. They've been raiding the countryside, taking prisoners to sell into slavery.
Barkins, I know. I feel like these guys all pretty much say the same shit. Yeah, if you didn't get it from someone else, someone will say it. So you don't want just someone to say it. Yeah. Good food is sweet. Do they have to be the something? That's where we're from. No, don't bark syndrome with me. Just be chill. Chill, just chill, chill, chill. Pretty girl. You don't need to be, you know, so loud. Sorry, Andromeda. Got a problem there.
If Captain Ing can't get the ship out soon, there'll be a mutiny. A right bloody one, too.
Sailor has nothing important to say, I'm sure. Peasant woman. And, all the good things. Old way.
Hey? What do you want?
Look at this guy standing in their way.
I'm Wei. Some call me Old Wei, but that's because they don't know Old Chan. If I'm old, he's ancient. He's at least a week older than me. Of course, we're both pretty old compared to most of the people in Tien's Landing. Why, most of them don't even remember what it was like before the flood.
Sure glad to get this close-up of this half-naked dude.
18 years ago, Emperor Sun was young and flush with success from ending the drought. He began public works all over the empire, including the Great Dam downriver. The workmen came and started building it near our town. We were not engineers, and so we were not sure what it would mean. Some worried that it might flood us out. Most were unconcerned. After all, if there were any danger, the Emperor would tell us, surely. But one day, the Great Dam was finished, and the floodgates were closed.
Foolish peasants.
The town flooded. We took what we could and fled. Mothers ran about screaming for their children who'd gone out to play. Children screamed for their dogs. Some folks climbed to the roofs of their houses and refused to leave. We survivors straggled upriver. Some collapsed from exhaustion, but the water kept rising. I carried a boy and a girl, and I saw another boy fall, but I couldn't carry him. Finally, I fell over too, and when I woke, I found the water had stopped rising. The Great Dam had created an enormous lake, and we settled our new town on the banks. The lake completely covered the ruins of our town. Life went on, but no word ever came from the Imperial City. No warning, no explanation. Did we displease the Emperor, or were we just beneath his notice? I will never know. The crewmen who manned the Great Dam would come to town sometimes, but they knew no more than we. I will go to my grave, never know. The people started a new life here, but there was much pain and sorrow. Conversations would trail off. At night you could hear women sobbing, and not a few men. Finally, people stopped talking about the past, and then they refused to talk about it altogether. And eventually they pretended it never happened. Well, you look like you know how to fight. You look like you can stand up for yourself, so you don't understand. We are villagers. We farm and fish. We live at the mercy of the gods, nature, and the Emperor. If one or all of these masters is kind, it is good. If one or all choose to be cruel, well, there's nothing we can do about it. We just have to get the fish hauled in. A few months ago, the Emperor's engineers and soldiers left. They just went off in the night, soon after the Great Dam opened on its own. There wasn't anyone around. The water drained, revealing the old ruins. Went underwater these 18 years, and now they're back. I don't know what made them want to be forgotten. Oh, we don't know how. We're simple people, and the Great Dam is not a simple thing. They say there is magic involved in its construction. Well, thank you for listening, youngster. Not many do anymore.
This is bad. Oh, this is bad. River dried up, pirates everywhere. This is worse than the long drought.
Yeah, get on with your day, youngster. We're just passing time.
Who the hell was just talking? Nothing to say.
Pretty.
Go afaware sun urk fonir uk. Uxier sa fit kup kup wasarkir.
Put that sword back, lout! Surely there was never a minister as unlucky as Minister Sheng to suffer such insolence.
Koni onuyu tashika will fonil satharaponi?
And still poor Minister Sheng suffers the insults of tradesmen who know nothing of justice. Where would I put the lout? My jail has been burned to the ground, along with my office, I might add. I have no place to put thieves, so stop questioning your betters.
Done nothing. He's a loser. Well, I'll go talk.
Ah, I see the glint of intelligence, nobility, wisdom, consideration, and piety in your eye. A fine deity. What can I sell you? Well, I make my living by knowing people. I can clearly see that you are of the finest sort. That is to say, the sort with silver ready in hand.
In pocket, but sure.
Could I interest you in some seed? What about a pitchfork? I have hay as well. I'm afraid I do not. Just a few years ago, you could find wind maps everywhere, although only the rich needed them with their airship racing. Recently, the wind maps have disappeared. I know that when the Emperor's men left Tien's Landing, they took all the wind maps with them. There are those who say... but it is not important. Some say that Death's Hand is collecting all the wind maps and destroying them so that only he and his minions may travel freely about the Empire. However, I do not believe such talk. I believe firmly in the goodness, kindness, and wisdom of our Emperor and all those around him. I suppose there may still be merchants in the Imperial City who have some, and they were once so widely available that there must be some here and there. But I do not have any, nor do I know anyone who has one. I have the finest selection of seed, I carry excellent baskets, wonderful fish nets, and superb boat scrubbers.
You can make baskets?
I have a cloak so warm it's like a weapon against the cold. I have a scrubber so good that it cleans like magic. Who wouldn't want a basket so big you can carry 2 babies in it?
Slap him.
Very well. When you're ready to spend...
Does that mean I want babies?
Everything I am, I owe to the Emperor.
Me too, man. Me too. Yeah, man. Thanks for killing all my family and all that, and leaving me as the only one left.
I work for the Ministry of Harmony, so leave me alone.
Oh, fuck you too, man. I'm gonna fucking go over here and read this book to you. The airing of grievances. Being a collection of the indignities suffered by Minister Sheng at the hands of the backward shantytown of Tien's Landing. His hat has been soiled. A parchment was stolen from him before a speech at a community gathering. His cat was viciously threatened. A chair at his table was placed backward. His finger was slammed in a door not once but thrice. An egg was thrown at him by an unknown assailant. His cart was stolen, filled with soiled garments, and then returned. His face was ridiculed by young children. His prized tonberry was squashed. It was suggested that he perform acts of deliberate indecency upon himself. He was forced to suffer the interminable and petty gripes of the people. His hair was accused of being impermanent and false. The honor of his family was impugnant. He suffered a disabling attack by a pack of bees. His reputation was maligned by brigands. A local dog evacuated in the minister's shoe. He was given... Sorry, that last one. He was given a gift of turtle eggs by a visiting merchant. It was suggested that he would be able to trace his lineage to a simple courtesan. He was referred to as Smelly. He slipped in mud, no doubt placed in his path by jealous townfolk. Sailors burned down his office. I think a lot of that is just...
Are there no warriors among you?
Hi.
It is not easy to be Minister Sheng, beset with troubles and doom, and now interrupted by some difficult stranger. Truly, can you not see that I am busy watching my career slide into oblivion? Minister Sheng simply hasn't time for your petty concerns. I have problems of my own. The Ministry of Harmony, which oversees taxation and execution, usually in that order. But poor Minister Sheng over there. But the Great Dam is open and the lake is dry. The town is dying. Under my supervision. I have nary a clue. Unless... very well, you've convinced me to talk. It is dangerous to say anything, but I am a brave man. It was that horrible Inquisitor, Lim. Lim oversees the Lotus Assassin operations in this area. A few weeks ago, he came to town and demanded a key to the ruins. Then his men went up there and opened the Great Dam. Inquisitor Lim has his assassins searching for something, though what it is I couldn't say. Minister Sheng knows better than to stick his nose in the business of the Lotus Assassins. I didn't want the town to panic, so I kept Lim's presence here a secret. Better the peasants think it was ghosts. A much less terrifying idea. Some brave soul must travel through the old ruins, which are absolutely not infested with ghosts, and close the Great Dam. The gate to the ruins is locked, but I have a key. I cannot order or even ask someone to go do this. If the Great Dam closes, the ruins will flood. Various assassins and soldiers will be killed. Not good for my career. But if I happen to lose the key and someone happened to find it, the town could be saved and the problem solved without any sanction from me. Think about what? I don't know what you're talking about. So, stranger, is there anything else Minister Sheng can do for you? Perhaps I could direct you to the historic ruins of our old town, which lie across the footbridge and out the west gate. Certainly a sight worth taking in. Strictly for interest's sake, of course. Minister Sheng remembers when flyers were reserved for the wealthy elite of the Imperial City. Now pirates use them to raid the countryside. Disgraceful. I suppose in theory you could find a flyer at the pirate camp on the river. In practice, however, I doubt you would find the pirates very accommodating. I suppose Rue the bosun is mad enough to take you if he's drunk. Yes. Rue is surely the only one who would make the trip. And then the pirates would kill you. Rue announced 3 days ago that he was going to close the Great Dam, but first he stopped at the tea house for a bowl of wine. As far as I know, he's still there. Minister Sheng has been reduced to a tour guide. The tea house is the large building just down the hill from here, near the entrance to the town. Minister Sheng remembers when flyers were reserved.
Yeah.
I suppose in theory you could find a flyer at the pirate camp upriver. In practice, however, I doubt you would find the pirates very accommodating. I suppose Rue the bosun is mad enough to take you if he's drunk. Yes. Rue is surely the only one who would make the trip. And then the pirates would kill you. I recently saw a large fleet of flyers pass by, and Minister Sheng held out hope that they had come to escort him away from this demeaning post and back to the Imperial City. But the flyers never stopped in Tien's Landing. They headed upriver towards the pirates' camp. No doubt they went there to refuel, though where they are now I could not say. The pirates are just one more affliction that plagues this troubled town, and yet another headache for poor Minister Sheng. They raid the surrounding countryside, swooping down with their flyers to capture slaves. Do you know how bad it looks when someone under my jurisdiction is captured by slavers? Fortunately, they haven't attacked the town itself yet. Gao, the man I hear is running them, knows that would draw too much attention. the drunks clogging up the streets aren't pirates. They're only traveling merchants, sailors who were trapped here when the dam was open. Minister Sheng finds them to be an annoyance, but not a concern worth worrying about. If the dam is closed, they will simply disappear.
No.
Not like Gao, his pirates.
Inside. No. No. Go inside. Yeah. Come on. Sorry.
Yes, I believe that was his name. Gao. An unsavory character by all accounts. There are even rumors he is connected to that infamous crime syndicate known as the Guild. The pirates have been operating in this area for many years, or so I was told. However, things became much more serious when Gao took over. The pirates started using flyers and gathering slaves at an enormous rate. I imagine things are very unpleasant over at their camp. Not that I'm willing to go take a look. Are you accusing Minister Sheng of neglecting this problem? It's not that easy. One can't simply point and say, the pirates are over there. Well, actually, one can. But the only approach is by river, and no sane bargeman would be willing to risk such a journey. Sane people don't go looking for the pirates. They avoid them. I suppose Rue the bosun is mad enough to take... Certainly. Let us discourse on a variety of topics. It isn't as if Minister Sheng has anything better to do. What shall we talk about? Ah, my favorite subject. Ask, and Sheng, Imperial Minister of Harmony for this entire region, will let you bask in the glory that is... me.
Yawn.
Don't! Why, how dare... Yes, you are right. I am minister of this bleeding pus-pool of a town. And yes, it is because I am in disfavor. Are you through?
Are you?
Because you haven't yet picked on my appearance or my family history. Why stop short of completely obliterating the last little bit of dignity to which Minister Sheng clings?
Alright, I'll bet.
The shame! Since the Great Dam opened and the lake drained, there has been a ship trapped in port and the sailors are growing increasingly rowdy. Some of them got drunk and set fire to the Ministry of Harmony's office. That is the ruin of it over there. Judge Fang, the Chief Minister of Harmony, he didn't want me anywhere near the seat of power. He sent me here, an exile as unjust as any in the history of the Empire. Jealousy! You see, by the rosters of the Imperial bureaucracy, I am next in line for Fang's job. It was only a matter of time until Minister Sheng ascended to his position. Fang does not think much of me, so he banished me to this remote branch of the Ministry of Harmony. Now one of his lackeys will take my rightful position as his successor. Yes, yes, go and leave Minister Sheng alone to ponder his troubles. Now go close the Great Dam, and I never said that.
Boom. So, must close the Great Dam. Oh yeah, I want to talk to this guy. Yo!
Konionuyu,
Let me be. An honest person who used to make a good living in this town. Those drunken sailors have stolen most of my goods. I have nothing to sell you. What have they taken? Most of what is missing is perishable items, grain, baked goods, fruit. There's a little chance of getting them back, and they're hardly worth the effort. The only thing I'm really upset about is the clay figurine. Yesterday, Tom, one of the sailors, took it. There was nothing I could do to stop him. The figurine isn't worth much, but it belongs to my mother. I wish there was some way to get it back. Normally I would look to the local officials to help, but as you've already seen, Minister Shing can do little about these sailors. Nobody in town can help. They're just simple villagers. Tom knows he can do whatever he wants to me and get away with it. Please, I'm not looking for vengeance. I just want my mother's figurine back. If you convince Tom to return my mother's figurine, I'll give you a discount on all my merchandise when it arrives, I promise. Tom and his friends are usually off getting drunk near the storehouses, past beggars' beer, in the southeast of town. Be careful, I've heard they're good with their fists. Of course, Honorable One. What is it you wish to know? Everyone's just gonna have bullshit. I'm gonna say bullshit. Alright, let's level up. Where's this one at? I'll throw it in there. Alright. Can't turn around and do stuff. Well, I guess we can look at this. Look at the sky! Awesome. Well, unfortunately, as we've now talked with everyone in this town, I think that's where we're going to cut it off for today. So we've made it to Tien's Landing. Man, what a journey so far. So we have a few missions that we're going to be doing in the next one, including closing the Great Dam. And who just leaves the dam open? Right? That just causes problems. It's going to cause more problems when it starts to back up again. But that's besides the point. And so we're just going to, do some missions for people, and hopefully their problems get resolved, because it doesn't really seem like they want me to change anything or do anything about their problems. So I guess we will just do it anyway. Anyway, guys, thanks to you so much for watching. Leave a like if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it. Leave comments down below explaining why, or come and talk to me or something. I don't bite. And then subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and check out some of the other playthroughs I'm doing right now. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. And I plan to keep playing this as well, because I'm no longer doing some of the others, and I really want to get this done because this is my first time playing it. So far it's living up to the hype. But anyway, thank you guys so much. Have a good one.